Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, in this session I'm solving the doubts of various students from time and work section. The first one, a contractor engages 42 men to complete work in 19 days, working 8 hours a day. 10 days after the work is started, 2 working days are lost due to closure of work, and find the number of additional men that should engage be engaged in fact to finish the work in time, working 9 hours a day. So just listen to me carefully. He engaged 42 persons and the work is for 19 days while working 8 hours per day. So in 10 days, right, before any incident happened, 10 days work has already been gone. Now the work, now we have 9 days, right? So for 42 persons while working 8 hours per day, the work is of days. If I say it is 9 days, right? So X persons for now we want the work to be finished in 9 days only, but 2 days are lost. That means we are left with 7 days, right? That means the hours should be increased, and increased hours are 9. Right? So we have to find out the value of this X. Now, as I've told you, the variation concept, just write it down, 42 by X. Men and R, direct variation or indirect variation, just we have to apply the common sense. If more men are there, then less hours will be required to perform a task. So it is an inverse variation. So if I write it 42 by X, then it should be ulta, 9 by 8, reverse. Similarly, men and days. So more men are there, less days will be required. So similarly, this will also be reversed. So it will be 7 by 9. So X is 48, right? That means 48 persons are required to finish this task for in next 7 days, and they have to work for 9 hours per day, right? So X is 48. That means how many additional people he should engage? That is 6 persons. Right? So this is very simple. If you just do it on your own, you will not be taking more than 40 seconds to solve this problem once you are conceptually clear. Okay? 2 pipes P and Q can fill a cistern in 12 minutes and 16 minutes respectively. Simultaneously, both the pipes are open together. Then after how much time Q should be closed so that tank is full in 9 minutes. Now this problem is really simple. You don't have to go for much paperwork over here. Just try to understand the situation. We have to close the tap Q, right? That means tap P is working for full 9 minutes, and the capacity of tap P is 12 minutes. That means in 12 minutes it can fill up the tank completely on its own, right? That means in 9 minutes it can alone fill 3/4 of the tap. That is 9 by 12. In 12 minutes, it can fill up the tank completely. That means in 9 minutes, it can fill 9 by 12. That is 3/4 of the tank completely, right? That means the tap P is working for 9 minutes. Then it can fill up the tank 3/4. That means the remaining 1/4 of the tank has to be filled by Q, right? So tap Q, it takes 16 minutes to fill up the tank. That means 1/4 tank it can fill in 4 minutes. Isn't it very simple? So after 4 minutes, it has filled up while working alone. See, both of them are working simultaneously, but in 4 minutes, Q alone might have filled 1 by 4 of the tank, right? So after 4 minutes, the tap Q can be closed. So after 4 minutes, this is the correct answer. I just repeat the entire scene once again. The tap Q has to be closed. The tap P, it can fill up the tank on its own in 12 minutes. So in 9 minutes, it can fill 3/4 of the tank. That means the remaining 1/4 of the tank has to be filled or had to be filled by tap Q. So tap Q, it can fill up the tank on its own completely in 16 minutes. So 1/4 tank it can fill in 4 minutes. So after 4 minutes, you can turn off the tap, and for the remaining 5 minutes, the tap P will be working and will fill the tank completely, right? Because tap P is working for 9 minutes. So after 4 minutes, the tap P has to work for 5 minutes only, right? So in all, after 4 minutes the tap Q can be closed. I hope you are clear. Now let's see this one. A leak in the lower portion of a tank can empty the full tank in 9 hours. An inlet pipe fills up water at the rate of 10 liters a minute. When the tank is full, the inlet is open and due to leak, the tank is empty in 16 hours. That means two bodies are working and both the bodies are working in opposite direction, right? One is filling up the tank and other body is just emptying the tank, right? So ultimately the tank is getting empty, right, in 16 hours. That means the leakage is bigger. The capacity of leakage is more than the capacity of the inlet pipe. Now I assume the capacity of inlet pipe is X hours. That means while working alone, when there is no leakage, the inlet pipe can fill up the tank in X hours, right? Inlet pipe X hours. Now I just make a very simple equation. In 1 hour, the leakage can empty 1/9 of the tank, right? When the tank is full, because it is taking 9 hours to fill up the complete tank, to empty the completely fill up tank, that means in 1 hour it can empty 1/9 of the tank. Now since inlet pipe is also working in this situation, so inlet pipe will fill up 1/x part of the tank. Now since both of them are working in opposite direction, we'll put a minus sign over there because this is getting empty. In 1 hour, 1/9 is getting empty and 1/x is getting filled, right? Ultimately the tank is getting empty, and that too in 16 hours. That means in 1 hour, 1/16th part will be empty. Okay, now we got very simple equation. So x is equal to 16 minus 9, that is 7 by 9 into 16. So I just write it a reverse because I have to find out the value of x. So it is 16 into 9 by 7. So these many hours will be taken by inlet pipe to fill up the tank completely if there is no leakage, right? So these many hours, if I convert it to minute, it will be this many minutes. Now the capacity of the inlet pipe is 10 liters a minute, and in this amount of time, in these minutes, it can fill up the tank completely. So if I multiply this by 10, I'll be getting the capacity of the tank. So see, this is the time, and this is time in minute, and this is 10 capacity per minute. So this completely this complete data is nothing but the capacity of the tank. Okay, just solve it and you'll be able to get the answer very easily. Now since 7 is not a factor of 16 or 9 or 6, so definitely you'll be getting the answer in fractions. So among the options, you just can see you're getting 0, 0, 0 and 00 at the end, and surely you cannot get that. So your answer will be probably 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Still maybe these options are also approximated. You should go for the actual calculation. And it will be good for us if we get the first 2 digits of the calculation because they are unique, right? Now 16 into 9, that is 144. 144 divided by 7. 7 2s are 14. Then we are left with 4. So it will be 20 point something, and 20 into 6, the calculation will be approximately 12,000 and something because of these 2 zeros, right? So we have this one option. Okay, so this is how you can solve this sum. I hope you are clear. 9 children can complete a piece of work in 360 days, and 18 men can complete the same piece of work in 72 days, and 12 women can complete the piece of work in 162 days. In how many days can 4 men, 12 women and 10 children can together complete the piece of work? Now in these sort of questions, you should convert all of them into one unit, like men and children combination, and like maybe 1 man is equal to how many children, capacity I'm talking about, and 1 woman is equal to how many children in capacity, right? So 9 children, 360 days. So 9 into 360 children days is equal to, the work is of 9 into 360 children days is equal to 18 into 72 men days. So this with this equation we'll be able to get the relationship between men and children, right? So 72 into 5 and 9 into 2. That means 1 man is equal to 5 by 2 children. right? Or we can say 2.5 children. One man is equal to 5 by 2 children. If you wish to write, you can write. If you just wish to remember, just remember this, right? Similarly, 9 into 360, I just take this out, or you just can write it once again. Children days is equal to, now we just write the calculation for women, 12 into 162. That means one woman is equal to 5 by 3 children. One man is 5 by 2 children and one woman is 5 by 3 children. Now here we are having 4 men. So 4 men will be, see, one man is 5 by 2 children. So 4 men will be, that is 2.5. One man is 2.5. So 4 men will be 10 children. So it is 10 children. 12 women. So 5 by 3 into 12. So it is 20 children and then 10 children. They are already there. So the total 4 men, 12 women and 10 children are actually 40 children, right? Now the work is of 9 into 360 children days and we have 40 children. So we can find out the number of days very easily, that is 81 days. Okay, so this is how you can solve this problem very easily. Once you are, or I just can say once you practice with this method, you'll be able to solve these sort of problems very easily in less than a minute, right? And just try to avoid the duplication as I have written it over here. You just can go for the overwriting, and this sort of work, this sort of paperwork should be avoided. This thing should be in your mind. And again, this thing, right? Because once you are clear that one man is around 2.5 children, then 4 men will be 10 children, 12 women, 12 into 5 by 3, just can do it in do it mentally. So there will be 20 women and then 10. So 40 children are there and the work is of 9 into 360. So this calculation 49 360 you can do it mentally, right? Hardly any paperwork is required for this particular calculation. So in all, this much paperwork should not be there. You should be able to do the entire problem in just single line. This much space should be enough, right? You have to practice in that way. So your answer is 81 for this problem. Now we see this problem. 12 men can complete a work in 8 days and 16 women can complete the same work in 12 days. 8 men and 8 women started working and worked for 6 days. How many more men are to be added to complete the remaining work in a day, single day? That means precisely the work has to be finished in just 7 days, right? After 6 days, more men are to be added and we have to find out the number of this extra persons. Now if you just if you are conceptually clear, this sort of problems can be done even verbally. No paperwork is required. Now just listen to me carefully. As I told you, man days, we just convert men to women or women to men, whatever, one thing you can do. So here 12 men, 8 days. So 12 into 8 man days is equal to 16 into 12 women days. 12 and 12 will be cancelled. So 1 man is equal to 2 women. 8 and 16, 1 by 2 cancellation will be there. So 1 man is equal to 2 women. Right? Now the total work is of 12 into 8, 96 man days. The total work is of 96 man days and 1 man is equal to 2 women. So here 8 men and 8 women. So 8 women will be equal to 4 men. So precisely we are having 12 men. 12 men, and our work is of 96 man days. Now the work done is 12 into 6, 72 man days work is already done. Now we are left with 24 man days work, right? This workforce is 12 men, the equivalent to 12 men. We have 24 man days work. We are left with 1 day. That means the force has to be double. That means we have to go for 12 more men. Since only men are to be added, so the entire 12 men we want. So there will be total 8 plus 12, 20 men and 8 women. But this workforce is actually equivalent to 12 men, right? So ultimately we have to add up 12 men. I hope you are clear. Avoid paperwork as far as possible. Again, men, women and children. 6 men can complete a piece of work in 12 days. That means a work is of 12 into 6, 72 man days. 8 women can complete the same piece of work in 18 days. 18 children can complete the piece of work in 10 days. Now 4 men, 12 women and 20 children work together for 2 days. Now if only men were to complete the remaining work in just 1 day, how many men would be required totally? Okay. Now once again see, after these 2 days we just have 1 day, and for the last day only man has to work. So what we can do is we just can convert the capacity of women and children to the capacity of men, right? We can convert. So see, 6 men, 6 into 12 man days is equal to 8 into 18 women days. 6 twos are 6 threes are 3 twos are 4 twos are. So precisely 1 man is equal to 2 women, right? So here 12 women, instead of that we can write 6 men. Similarly 20 children, 18 and into 10, 6 into 12 is equal to 18 into 10. 6 into 12 man days is equal to 18 into 10 children days, right? So 5 children are equal to 2 men. That means 20 children will be equal to 8 men. So in all 4 plus 6, 10, 10 and 8, 18 men are there. Okay. 18 men have worked for this is actually the volume. This is equivalent to this 4 men to 12 women and 20 children. The workforce equal to 18 men. Now 18 men work for 2 days. That means 36 man days is already completed. Now we are left with 36 man days work, because 6 men into 12 days, that means 72 man days work is there, and we are already done with 36 man days. So we are left with 36 man days work. Now we are having the workforce of 18 men. But as mentioned over here, the remaining work if only men has to complete the work in just 1 day, and we are left with 36 man days work. That means 36 men are required, as simple as that, right? Because we have to finish up the work in just single day, and the work is of 36 man day. That means 36 men are required to finish up the work in 1 day, right? So I hope you are clear. So whenever you are having the questions based on men, women, children, just convert all of them into a single unit, and then you can proceed with the problem. That will be very simple. So if you practice well, you can do this sort of problems in less than a minute. I hope you are clear. Now one more, a very simple problem. 1 man or 2 women or 3 boys, right? The capacity is same. 1 man is equal to 2 women, and 1 man is equal to 3 boys, and 2 women is equal to 3 boys. So again we'll convert and into a single unit. They can finish the work in 66 days, and in how many days 1 man, 1 woman and 1 boy will together take to finish the same work. So you can convert all of them to men, or all of them to women, or all of them to children, right? So whatever you feel like. So maybe I just take I just convert all of them to boys. Now boys 3 and days 66. Now here 1 man is equal to 3 boys, 1 woman is equal to 3 by 2 boys, and then 1 boy. So how many boys we are having? 3 plus 1, 4, and 1.5. That is, we are having 5.5 boys, right? This is actually capacity. I'm talking about volume or capacity, right? So do not get confused that the number of boys cannot be in fraction, because this combined capacity is equivalent to 5.5 boys, and we have to find out the number of days. Now boys and days, inverse relationship is there, so you can just write 3 upon 5.5 is equal to x upon 66. 11 5s are 11 6 are, x is equal to 36. So they will take 36 days. What we did, we converted women, a capacity of we just used this, we converted women to children and men to children, right? So that's pretty simple. capacity of one man is equal to 3 boys, capacity of 2 women is equal to 3 boys. That means capacity of 1 woman will be equal to 3 by 2 boys. So this, I hope you are clear. To fill a certain tank, pipes A, B and C take 20 minutes, 15 minutes and 12 minutes respectively. If the 3 pipes are open every alternate minute, how long will it take to fill up the tank? Okay, so in first minute, A will be filling up 1 upon 20 minute in 20 part of the tank. The second minute, B will fill up 1 upon 15, and the third minute, C will fill up 1 upon 12. So I just take the LCM 60, then 3 plus 4 plus 5, 5 and 4, 9 and 3, 12 by 60. So in 3 minutes, 1 upon 5th part of the tank will be filled up. So 3 minutes, 1 upon 5th, that means in 15 minutes the tank will be filled up completely. Okay, I hope you are clear.